What's going on, everybody? We are back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we have a camera today. It's obviously we didn't quite get to 500, but before we could get there and buy the camera for ourselves, it was gifted to us by our generous patron brother. So yeah, it took me a minute to figure out how to get to play nice with the microphone, and who's to say that there won't be issues from here. But yeah, we are just gonna jump right into it. See my face? Hey, Ichi, come here. Ichi, come here. No. Come here. Come say hi. We got Ichi with us. Let's make sure he's in the shot. Pretty sure he is. Yeah, Ichi's in there. So this is the little guy you hear barking all the time. I'm gonna put him back down. I'm just gonna go to his bed by my feet, which he might still bark. So we're gonna do a little grinding here. We have about an hour or so to get some grinding done before we switch it over to the stream. And this is the MOCS winning Green Blacklist by Misplaced Ginger, who I think pretty much streams exclusively Green Black. I've seen a variation on this list, I guess tuned for best of one, that cuts one, I think they cut one Doom Whisper for a second cast down, but we're just going to play this list as is. We have our cool Llanowar Elves that we got from the Pauper event. I've also been practicing best of one Jeskai. I might come back to that on stream. The issue with it was, wow, someone posted their Jeskai list, someone who claimed to be #1 ranked on the ladder. I take their word for it. And they posted their list that was tuned to beat aggro. And then the second I started playing it, I've pretty much only been queuing into other Jeskai decks. And so it's been a pretty miserable experience playing the deck. Just sitting with a handful of Seal Aways, Settle the Wreckages, and Deafening Clarions, and having absolutely nothing to do with them. But our hand right now rates to be pretty good in this mirror match. Drawing a land I think is more or less what we wanted. So we can curve Midnight Reaper into hopefully Doom Whisper and Vivien. Oh, they're on a different build. So they're on like mono green, actually. That's what this is telling me. Let's get Midnight Reaper down. Not attacking into the 2/3. Oh, they're not attacking either. So I guess the question here is, do we Chupacabra the 2/3? I think it's the hardest thing for us to... Yeah, I think we do that. Even though it gives them a token, it's the hardest thing. Or alternatively, we could Chupacabra the Llanowar Elves and try to stunt their development, keep them from getting to a Galta or something like that. Maybe that's better. I think I'm going to kill the 2/3 here. This way we have better blocking. We don't have to block with the Midnight Reaper. We can actually even like attack with the Branchwalker. So next turn we can shock ourselves and decide between the Doom Whisper and the Vivien. It's probably going to be Doom Whisper to help us stabilize the board. And I think we're not attacking. I turned up the sound effects, so hopefully they're not like really blasting. They're pretty loud in my headphones. Assassin's Trophy, so we can't really use the Surveil ability. Let's go get another Black Source. We do get to draw, which is nice. Oh, that's a sick draw. They have Galta. It's pretty much what we didn't want them to get to. We have draws to deal with Galta, but we actually just might be dead here now. Yeah, we can Finality away the board. We lose life. They keep Galta. Maybe we needed to hold this Chupacabra. It wasn't really enough of a tempo play just to throw it out there. Carnage Tyrant, 7. I think we're just dead here. All right, here's our like one out. Yeah. If they had blocked and then we could find it back, that might have worked. I'm pretty sure we're dead, but let's make them play it out. Make them do the attack. This card is so tough to beat when they get it out like at a reasonably fast pace. So I'm pretty sure they just need to alpha strike with everything, and if we don't die, we lose our entire board and almost die. Okay, they're not doing that. This makes me think they just have a second Galta. Or a way to pump it. No. Same difference. Although this does kind of give us a redraw now to finding another Chupacabra. Goes 6. Not good enough. That was rough. This is the one card that we couldn't beat, the Galta, and they had it. So I think in our minds we probably just should have kept that Chupacabra, as everything else in our hand deals with their board like pretty easily. We don't really lose to that stuff. So I think we just kind of threw it away by trying to make a tempo play that wasn't really a tempo play. Opponent goes first. I think we can keep this. As long as we find another land, we're okay. Okay. The one of Seekers Squire here could help us. Could be a nice speed bump against what could be a mono red deck. Yep. Could help us get to a third land. Wrong color. We're looking for green. Got there. This list does play the full 4 Wildgrowth Walker. So let's find one. See if they have another shock here. If they shock with trigger on the stack, it'll be a little annoying. They could have Wizard's Lightning. Nope, another shock. Don't need that one. Vraska's Contempt is kind of okay. Ooh, that missing land drop there is nice. Let's explore again. Perfect. So we have a nice blocker. Alright, it needs more burn. That's interesting that they use that 3 power, or that 3 points of burn there. Well, it makes me think that they have another like Wizard's Lightning or something, but we're gonna go for it. And if they interrupt this, we'll just find it back, and hopefully we hit a land off the Branchwalker. Yeah. So we've absorbed a ton of burn from their hand. 10 points of burn. I guess we still want that. We really wanted land. Snap block, though. And let's get back another walker. And the Branchwalker. We can play these next turn. Risk factor. We'll take the damage. We know we're going to gain some life next turn. Almost guaranteed. Yeah, they can't have burn. Actually, they have burn for none of these, so we get to gain 6 here. Alright. This is exactly where we want to be in this matchup. Next turn, we can play Doom Whisper, just a huge brick wall. Or we can Contempt if they have like a Phoenix. This is a potentially challenging card to beat at this point. But Doom Whisper hopefully will help us race it. Still not attacking. Ichi, what's your problem? You want to sit with me? Come here. Okay. Kind of tempted to use this ability just to find another Explore creature on top. Yeah. And even keeping the forest is fine here. Just to get through the deck. Alright, so they skip to that. Fair enough. Slowly crawling up through plat. It's hard to tell if it's kind of like Hearthstone, where over time more and more people, like the really good players, are pushing out, and the really hard grinders, and now that everyone who's in plat is maybe a little bit worse than everyone who was in plat a week ago. So it gets a little bit early, or a little bit easier to climb. Alright, this is a good hand. We have our turn 1 elf. If this lives, I think we're in a really good spot. Yeah. We get Reaper down next turn to insulate us a little bit from removal. The Memorial. If there's some kind of black control deck and they have Ritual of Soot, now we at least draw. Get it for 7. Yeah, I don't feel bad pushing with the Midnight Reaper on the board. If they had something like a cast down, I think they would have done it to save the damage last turn. So playing the Jadelight Ranger, I don't think is going to be too badly punished here. And we got 2 cards for our trouble. So they're possibly missing a land drop here in the tank. Hard to say. They're thinking of just sitting. Nope. Alright. Quest cleared, almost up to 110k. Probably get there tomorrow-ish, depending on what kind of quest we get served. Okay, yeah, lay down. Ooh. Another solid one. Okay. We know our opponent's up to some kind of control game here. Disinformation campaign. I'm going to guess that the second Wildgrowth Walker is probably the most irrelevant card we have here. Let's get the Reaper into play. I think that's more important long term. Another deck that looks like it might have Smothering Soot or Ritual of Soot. Smothering Soot is like the flashback card. Yep. Alright, so we get our 2 cards. Thank you. Nice. Let's play Jadelight. Yes. Get Memorial down. They could have a red splash, so I want to keep things like Chupacabra and Cast Down for like Nicol Bolas or Doom Whisperer. Like they could have a Doom Whisperer here. And it's a huge just tempo swing for us to be able to cast down and attack. And they only have so many win conditions in their deck. The Eldest Reborn. You got me. So maybe their plan is to pluck this Carnage Tyrant out of our hand next turn. But we can just get it back once they target it with Eldest Reborn. Drawing these lands is good in the face of all this discard. Yep, so their plan is to remove the Carnage Tyrant, make us use our Memorial. Maybe here we discard the Cast Down if they replay Disinformation Campaign. So we do want this land. This elf will help us cast. So if they target anything in our graveyard, we can get it back. The Memorial here and fizzle their Chapter 3. So maybe they're debating not taking the Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, they're taking Jadelight. That's okay. So we're going to get Carnage Tyrant back. If they don't kill the Llanowar Elves, we can cast it next turn. Oh, they are killing the Llanowar Elves. So do we gamble? Are we far enough behind here that we need to gamble? They have 5 cards in the graveyard, so they're kind of close to flipping Search. If we gamble and we miss on land, there's a reasonable odds that they can, like, punish us here, but I think we're going to just go for it. I guess we're also screwed if they have a second Eldest Reborn. Yeah, gambling was bad. So now they're gonna flip. I should have pushed this. I misplayed. Misplayed in a couple of different ways here. I guess the only upside is they're not really pressuring us. Oh, they finally have some counter spells. Do we just concede here? Feels like we're gonna lose our whole hand. And probably just as we lose our whole hand is when we're gonna start drawing lands again. If they see like a Thought Erasure on top, I think for sure we just... how bad is that? I don't know. If we don't discard our Carnage Tyrant this turn, it feels like we're live to drawing a land. Alright, let's see if the good dinosaur can get it done. So they could be digging for Elves Reborn here. Thought Erasure. Because I'm sure they probably... some of these builds run up to 3 Eldest Reborn. It's quite good in some of these like games where they play out with green-black, where we just get all in on one big threat. I guess we hold this because it might make them... yeah, they Thought Erasure us. They pick up their disinformation campaigns. So I'm guessing they'll activate Escanta here, dig 4. No. Do they have an answer here? Maybe they have the flash creature and they're going to double block. I hate that creature. Not because it's good, I think it's really bad, but... in this scenario, when I don't do anything, it's pretty good. It's actually still not that good. They're just flashing it and it's a pretty bad blocker. Well, now I guess we're live just drawing our second Carnage Tyrant. And we'll play the Forest, since they know about it. And they're probably going off with campaigns again this turn just to cycle. Ugh. Why this? Alright, let's see what the next card is. I think we're probably... yeah, they have a counterspell. Alright, I think we're just dead from here. It's not going to take them too long. I'm trying to think if there was a way that we sequenced that we could have done better. I mean, the one thing that punished us was just when we sacrificed our land and got back the Carnage Tyrant, and then we just couldn't cast it. Just keepable. If we draw into any of our 5 or 6 drops, we have a good amount of ramp here to get them out early. think we're just gonna play Branchwalker here. Get a body on the board. Try to outlast this red deck until we can use Find or get to Chupacabra. I guess we're gonna hold back the elves because it seems like they're gonna just play a Chain Whirler next turn. And no point in just spewing it onto the board. If they took turn 2 off, I have to assume that this is Chain Whirler here. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna set up a Find turn to get back both of our Spore creatures and use it with Wildgrowth Walker. So maybe next turn it's gonna be Elves, Find. I guess they were holding that until the Wildgrowth Walker came down. But then why would they use it there? I'm guessing they have more burn. They're going to fire off another lightning or a... Yeah. Alright, well, we'll just make a big board then. Hopefully there's like non-land on top to insulate us from another Chain Whirler. Seems good. A Chain Whirler here would not be great. Oh, well. Okay, fair enough. Just hold the elves because I'm a little worried about them finding a Chain Whirler and I don't want to just get 3 for 1. And we don't really need the mana. Although, it does make like a kind of a 1-turn difference in the clock that we present. Oh, now we get to play Chupacabra though. Eat. Attack. Alright, any good draw, anything that costs 4 or more is going to be great. They are going to have to block soon. Maybe now? Oh, that's so good for us. Alright. Let's put these elves down just to add to the clock now. They're top decking. Here, of course, they're going to get Chain Whirler. Ugh. Oh, we're plowing through our deck. Wow, yeah, they found it. Alright, hopefully this is the nail in the coffin. You try to play around this for so long, and you just go land, 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 land. You have to play into it eventually. But they need a lot here. Like, we're not blocking if they attack. Probably their only hope was for us to block, and then them, yeah. But we still got there. We played around it as well as we could. Alright, so we're at about the 30-minute mark, so hopefully we can do 4 to 6 more games, depending on the timing. Alright, keepable for sure. Ooh. Well, this one's just going to come down to how many Conclave Tribunals they have. This is often the case. I kind of like blocking here, to be honest. Play a Walker next turn. Yeah. I think keeping them off creatures is good. Our hand doesn't really need the ramp. Obviously, if we had like a Doom Whisperer or Carnage Tyrant, maybe we would not make that block. It looks like we're going to gain some life at least. Always the possibility that they're going to Tribunal us next turn, but we get to gain 6. It's a lot. And we create some blockers in the process. Sure. So now they pretty much have to have Tribunal. But yeah, let's make them use it if they have it. So no attacks. Vanguard number 3 though. Yeah, and Tribunal. That makes sense. It's going to be a little tricky playing around these. It really depends on what we see on top here. Oh, yeah. Definitely just going to try to race. We're going to gain 6 next turn. This is kind of a blank for them right now. Ooh. Alright, they're empty-handed. We had to worry about like a +1/+1 or +2/+2 to all. Ooh. Double land is not amazing there. Memorial is okay. We really want to find like a Doom Whisper or something now. They're empty-handed. See, they played this Plains. I don't know why you do that here. At least bluff like you have any kind of combat trick, so I can't just make these blocks and know exactly what the outcome's going to be. So they can pay 4 on one of them, but not on the other. Now they're in a must-block situation on these Jadelight Rangers. I guess if I play this first, it makes the Wildgrowth Walker must-block also. Yeah. I think that was not a good attack by them. I'm not really sure what they hope to accomplish with that. Alright, thank you for the uncommon. Ooh. Oh, I think we'll keep on the back of the Vivien Reid. And if we find a black source, it unlocks the rest of our hand. We're on the play. Our opponent mulligans. That's great news for us. I think when you mulligan, your opponent goes turn 1 elves. It's pretty scary. Oh, okay. Caw. Alright, so now I think we're not so interested in just jamming Vivien. Perfect. Sucks to put that in the graveyard, but we're just going to dig to find finalities. And try to get wide on the board. Just finding land is okay. Doesn't make these compelling blockers, but there are bodies. This is a matchup where the Midnight Reaper, I think, is not as bad as, like, say, against the red deck where they can burn you out. So I won't feel too bad playing Midnight Reaper next turn. And maybe there's a chance we just play Vivien Reid here. And plus, seems actually fine, right? Make them use a Conclave Tribunal if they have it. Don't really want to kill the 1/2. Get a Doom Whisperer. And here I think we just sit back. Their draw's weird. They mulligan, they must have kept a land-heavy hand. Or they have all, like, a Johnny's and Heroic Reinforcements, yeah. Heroic Reinforcements does some work. Two, 4. Just take 2 tokens off the board. Vivien takes 4. Wildgrowth Walker seems good. Even get another elf on the board here. So now we have a nice wide board for what is likely another Heroic Reinforcements turn. We get better trades. We will definitely beat Heroic Reinforcements over time with a Vivien Reid and a Wildgrowth Walker. So, not too worried about even just chump blocking away some elves at this point. Yeah. We'll see where they go with this, because I can see both of these being compelling. Take land. And why not? So their plan is to, like, keep Vivien Reid from unlocking the Tribunal. But I mean, at this point, like, the 1/3 doesn't do anything for us until we find more Explorer creatures. So I don't know. If I'm them, I guess both are really scary. Yeah. Does seem like they're in a really bad spot. Alright. Getting closer to plat 1. So far, I think I've liked this list more than the other one I was running on stream a little bit that didn't have any Wildgrowth Walkers in it. And the one thing I do like about Wildgrowth Walker is that it is just another 2-drop, and so I'm not getting as many hands that are just like 4, 5, and 6 drop heavy starting hands. You get a lot more that are like this. Ooh. Finding land would be sick. We do have to worry about Wizard's Retort, but more likely they're gonna... Okay. Yep. Okay, so this gives us a window to get the Jadelight Ranger down. Or if we draw untap land, we can just kill it. Yeah, nope. No such luck. I guess we'll keep that. Another Djinn. I guess we're just going to try to race. They're not going to have any 1-mana answers to this. Oh, should I have kept that so this was 4 toughness? If they block here and they use dive down or something, it's fairly good for us. Just one less trick they have. What's the safest thing to play around? I think we just play the Chupacabra. Make them use the Storm Tamer. Oh, I guess we'll learn a lot by whether or not they attack with all this turn. Okay. Okay, so they don't have a counter spell. So if this resolves, is it better just to Finality? The way that they attack makes me think they don't have a counterspell, so if we just Finality, stack on the Wildgrowth Walker, remove their Djinns, we should be in a really good spot. If they have a counterspell, it doesn't matter. If they have Dive Down, this would go to 7, minus 4 is 3. This would go to 7, minus 4 is 3. They could potentially crack back. I think we just have to go for it. And I think trying to kill all 3 of them is the best way to do it. Yeah, I mean, it was worth taking a second to consider what was going on with the way they attacked. It seemed like they were telling us that they had nothing and that they needed to play around us, removing one of them. But with with the game on the line and with every win mattering so much on the ladder, like you just have to get every win you can. It's worth it to think like, all right, probably if we just play Chupacabra we win also, but maybe we win over 2 turns. Is it safer? It just seemed like it was good to go for it. This is a sick hand. Racking it up on the play too. Oh shoot. I forgot to turn on my tracker. I'll have to do it after this video. But we know that we're up like 3 or 4 wins on this session. I trust we're going to find land moving forward with these Jadelights. Ooh. Do we want to keep this? I mean, I guess next turn we can play Wildgrowth Walker, Llanowar Elves, and the turn after that, play Jadelight. Gain a lot of life. Alright, so this is going to start growing. I think this is the only card I'm scared of in their deck. We probably have a turn or two before they start attacking with it. This is probably the decision to keep this or not that's going to determine whether or not we win the game. Because if we had pushed it and we found land, now we're just chugging towards playing a Doom Whisperer. We still could play a Doom Whisperer next turn with the Llanowar Elves. We didn't like really miss a land drop, but if we had Jadelight into land and then played Llanowar Elves, we'd for sure be able to play Doom Whisperer this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're very, very close. They might attack just to flip. And then we'll have to decide what a good block looks like. It'd probably be like Jadelight on the Pride Mate. They're not going to do it. Alright, so the super greedy thing would be to play Jadelight and look for a land. I'm gonna cast down, and we're pretty greedy, so yeah. The need for greed. Probably just kill this now. Make it harder for them to flip their Legion's Landing. Alright, next turn we can play Doom Whisperer with Memorial to Folly. Even attack here. We're all about making those greedy plays with green-black. You're playing the most consistent deck in the format. I guess that's when you want to be greedy. Second Legion's Landing. So they're pretty close to getting Snubhorn online. They're pretty land light. So I'm guessing this tells us that their hand has some pump spells in it. which at this point would be +1/+1 to all. So we do something like this. Oh no, we do something like this. Assume it's +1/+1 to all because they don't have the City's Blessing. It's like Conqueror's Pledge, right? And so they flip it, we get them further away. From activating Snubhorn, which is nice. They could also have more removal in hand, Conclave Tribunal. I guess they wouldn't have necessarily used it. So I'm pretty sure they know about this Doom Whisperer. I think we revealed it at some point. No, maybe not. Maybe it was in our opening hand. Have to roll back the tape. If they play Tribunal here, I guess the question is, how much life do we sink into Doom Whisperer here looking for a Vivien Reid? Probably at least a couple points. Like, we definitely don't want those. Don't want more land. They haven't shown us a red splash yet, so I'm not too worried about heroic reinforcements. Is this good enough? Probably not. Let's keep going. Alright, we'll take Carnage Tyrant. Carnage Tyrant seems like a fine one. 6. So we'll just play land, Carnage Tyrant. Now if we ever get a Finality, we're in a great spot. We put a lot of dead draws into the graveyard. Wow. That would have been a miserable set of turns. This Contempt is going to be really good. This puts us in an interesting spot where we kind of had them on a 2-turn clock. I think we're just going to push damage. They gain a little life on the swing back, but this one just doesn't block. Yeah. So they have Pride. So I can tempt the Healer's Hawk here. It's probably the best thing to do, right? So this trades. Vanguard eats Elf. Wow. They're doing this again to life. Okay. Alright, so this is pretty good. Attack them for 9. feel like that's a good top deck. Pretty unreasonable. With no red splash, they have really nothing that they can draw here. Give them a good game. Oh, almost plat 1. And we're at 56 minutes, so we'll make this the last game. And if we get to plat 1, that's a nice little story for this hour-long video of grinding. And everyone got to see Ichi. So that's win-win. On the draw. This hand's very slow. This hand's very bad now, but I think we keep this. And just hope that we draw land. I don't know. Maybe we need to keep that first one. No, that first hand would never beat mono white. Not in a million years. But this hand might not get there. Well, we could have running lands on top. No. Oh well. Alright. Let's call it here. 56 minutes. We did really well. I guess we should have gone to 5 there or tried to keep our 7 and hope it worked out. But inching closer to plat 1. And then from plat 1 to diamond. And then 4 levels of diamond to get to master. But we still have 33 days to get there. I mean, we really want those 5 packs. Just the rewards are so outstanding for getting the master and putting in the time. At this point, we're pot committed to getting them. So yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. Still getting used to the camera, so I don't know if I'm making like good eye contact. I have to be looking at the screen, right? So I know if I look at the camera, oh, it's like you're getting to know me better. Yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to follow on Twitch. You can look below for the Twitch information. We are 3 followers away from 50 on Twitch, which would get us affiliate status, which means we can do fun things like make emotes and stuff. I mean, I think with the way this is looking, I'm probably going to be shifting towards like these 1-hour chunks for YouTube and then oddball hours just streaming and grinding with music whenever people are home and I don't feel like shushing them. So I'm just going to be streaming without a mic. But it would be great for people to be able to come hang out and use emotes and stuff, or whatever affiliate gets you, I don't know. But it just tells me that I need 3 more to get there. So, and always, of course, subscribe to the channel. We finally broke 450, the slow climb to 500, the slower climb to 1,000. And yeah, we'll wrap it up here, and we'll be back. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe on, I don't know, it just depends, because still we're on the holiday schedule, so it's hard to know when I'll find an hour to record, but we'll be back as soon as possible with another hour-long grinding session. I think we ended +4 or +5. I think we might have been right at the bottom of plat 2, so we might have gone +5 there. That's not bad. That's pretty good in an hour. So that's it. See you all later, and thanks again for watching.